has got to be up there just because of
so many people set out.
Well, and
yeah,
it was so groundbreaking. I think
yeah.
really, he was kind of the first to do a lot of the things he did in terms of electric guitar playing and stuff like that. And then there's a guy, an Australian guy, Tommy Emmanuel. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
No, he's an incredible guy, an acoustic guitarist. So he started off sort of playing. He plays electric as well, but he's most famous for playing acoustic guitar. In fact, I'm going to play kind of, it's one of his pieces next actually, which I've been working on for a year and a half, which sort of shows you the level he's at. It's taken me a year and a half, and I still don't play anywhere near as well as he does.
Yeah.
But he would be probably my favourite and most inspirational guitarist. Though to be honest, I don't really play in that much of a similar style, but just he's an incredible guy. And he's a really nice guy as well. You know, like if you're ever going to see him live, he's just kind of like feeling good. He just kind of has that way of imbibing that into you, I guess, really.
You've seen him live many times?
I've seen him a couple of times. He's played at Huntington Hall in Worcester a couple of 5 years ago, maybe more. And then I've seen him up at the Robin, up in Bilston, and then went to a workshop that he was running as well. So, so yeah, it was good to sort of hear a bit about his technique and stuff like that. And just how hard he works to be that good.
Yeah. Do you play electric guitar as well?
A little bit, yeah. It's not really my passion. My passion's always been acoustic guitar. So I've got a couple of them and get them out occasionally and bang them out. Bang out some rock picks and stuff like that, but it's not really it's not really what really excites me or gets me going really. I'm okay on electric guitar and not bad, but it doesn't get me passionate about this stuff. I think this because it's all in a box, you can do it, it's there on your lap, and you've got a lot more control over it. With electric guitar, you've got a relative degree of dynamics, but you can kind of go from, you can hardly hear it. You just do that with your fingers, whereas to get that kind of control with electric guitar is a lot harder because it's on and off. Obviously you've got some change in volume, but for me it's just not as expressive. Maybe that's just because I'm not as good an electric guitarist as I'm an acoustic guitarist, I don't know.
Any other instruments you play?
When I was younger I used to play the trumpet. A long time ago, and I only recorded like primary school lessons, and I guess that's kind of where you first learn your sort of basic rudiments of music. And I dabble a bit with bass as well. I mean, to be honest, bass is the bottom 4 strings of guitar, so if you can play guitar
anyone can play bass.
You should be able to bang out some simple stuff on bass.
You'll upset all the bass players listening.
I'm not saying bass is easy, and to be a good bass player takes a lot of work, but to be an average bass player, any reasonable guitarist could do. Once you know a few scales and know where some notes are, you can bang out some stuff. So I'm just trying to tune it. It's warm in here, so it's gone a little bit.
Do the heat kind of changes it?
Yeah, the strings get a bit warmer, they start to stretch, and then it just goes a little bit flat quite often. So I just get each tune. That's okay.
What about your earliest musical memory while you're tuning there?
Just thinking. Probably my dad's music. I remember, what was it? Layla, in the trap. Really excited. I remember my dad would crank it up loud, and I don't know how old I would have been at the time. Back in the 70s, so 5, 6, something like that. I don't know when it came out, but that would have always excited me. That riff at the beginning is incredible. I learned some Supertramp stuff. That would have been good. And my dad had some Focus stuff. That was good. So it's all rock kind of stuff. So I'm kind of glad to say. And the first album I ever not bought but asked for was a Queen album. Admittedly it was the Flash Gordon soundtrack, so it's not quite as cool, but it could have been a lot worse really. It could have been awful, so
Wasn't the Wombles or anything?
No, we did have that in the house, and to be honest,
are you sure it wasn't the Wombles?
Yeah, if they weren't, well maybe, it might, I don't remember asking for it, but I think if you listen to the Wombles music, it's not actually that bad. If you take out what they're singing about and take out the costumes, it's like glam rock stuff, isn't it? Yeah, it's not musically, it's not bad. I'm not ashamed to. I wouldn't be ashamed if it had been. But I think it was Queen. I'll stick with Queen.
What about your first ever gig then? How old were you when you did your first ever gig?
Quite old, to be honest. I've only been playing live like this.
Have you always played on your own? Yeah,
I've dabbled in bands a little bit when I was at school, but mainly done my own stuff. I think I always used to dream of being in a band and then probably just never met the right people to do it with, so it's never happened. And I've jammed with friends, and you kind of get a band together, but then it doesn't quite work. Actually, I did do a gig with a band. I've forgotten about that in Kemsey Village Hall. Yeah. There were 3 of us, but it didn't come to any more than that. So my first gig doing this would have been an open mic in the Crown in Harlow with Duke and Zara Ashton. Right. And that's probably 3 years ago. Yeah. So it's only been the last few years I've really been.
Really? So you've only been gigging for the last 3 years?
Yeah, 3. Wow. Yeah, about 3 years. Yeah, I went through. My friend was having lessons. Zara is a singing teacher. Yeah. So my friend was having lessons with her. He went to the open mic, and I thought, I'll come along. Let's bring my guitar. I did some stuff there, and everybody loved it. So I went back the next week, did some more stuff, and gradually my confidence built up. And I've been kind of wanting to do it for a long time, and it was just a nice, easy opening to get in. Duke and Zara were really supportive, encouraging, friendly, and nice audience there. Quite a respectful audience. Everyone sort of listened, and they liked it. And so I had pieces. I mean, I've got pieces that part in the set that I wrote when I was like 18, 19. So some of the pieces I've been playing for years, and some of them newer, but just kind of got me going, and you think, I'm enjoying doing this. I'm quite good. And start.
Must have been scary as hell, the first one.
First one was, even pieces that I'd play, like I say, I wrote when I was 18, so 20 years old. I've been playing them 20 years. Suddenly playing them in front of an audience is very different to sitting at home playing them in front of your wife or your family or whatever. Completely different thing. So I was nervous, and I'm thinking I should be able to do that. And then you realise actually it's just your nerves of performing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it seems the only way of getting over that is to do it. And like people will ask, well, how do you not do it? And you think, well, sometimes you just have to try something new, and you might fall on your face when you do it for the first time, but that's just the nerves. And even if you're used to playing in front of people, I still find that, I guess because it's complicated, but if you're a bit nervous about playing a particular piece, then that piece sometimes can still screw it up really, just because of your nerves. And the rest of it can go fine. Yeah. So I guess again, though, the more you do it, the more used to it, then you are.
Of course, you played Guildhall.
I did 2 sets. I loved it. It was great. Yeah, thanks to John Taylor for giving me a slot. And then he gave me another slot on the Monday, which was. Did you see me on the Sunday or the Monday?
The Sunday, I think it was.
Monday was even better, actually.
Yeah.
So I was sorry.
Yeah, well, I was good on Sunday.
Yeah, I was pleased with Sunday. I think I did about 5 gigs in the end over that weekend. And I hadn't played much at all this previous year. And I was pleased because each gig I played, I guess the confidence rises and you're a bit used to playing in front of people. Each gig got better and better, so I was really chuffed with that. I sold a few CDs, which I was pleased about, and just really enjoyed it. And it was good just catching up with some old friends as well, because I haven't played much this year, so people I would have seen around the music scene in Worcester I hadn't seen for a while, so it was just good to catch up with some old friends as well. And just a really good weekend, really loved it. So it was good.
Do you go out a lot watching gigs then?
Fairly, not loads, but I try to when I can, but it's not all the time really. Got busy with other things.
Who's impressed you lately then?
Andy Robinson would be a guy that really impressed me. Really enjoyed his stuff. And Rich Clark, Rich and the Rafters, quite like them. Maybe the 2 bands I think I've seen probably that have impressed me. But Andy Robinson particularly, really, I think he's on the way to making it big. And another guy as well, Gary Harper, blues band. Right. He's not doing anything at the moment, I think, but he's incredible guitarist. So I'll give him a bit of a plug as well. In fact, he surprised me that he hasn't made it big really. He's a really talented guitarist.
So you've got plenty of gigs at the moment, or?
After this, I haven't got anything apart from next October's Lazy Sunday at the Arts Workshop.
Oh, cool! You're on that one. We were talking
should be on that. Yeah, I spoke to John Taylor, John Taylor from the Guildhall, and I think I've got a slot there. Then after that, I need to start pushing and trying to get a few more. I had a quiet year this year. I had quite a tough year with work and stuff, so I've been just trying to get my head back together, get myself back together. And so this year, I want to start pushing it a bit more, get my album recorded, and try and do a bit more stuff.
Where are you going to record your album?
I'm in 2 minds at the moment. I might I've got GarageBand on the Mac, so I might sort of do some demos on that, see how well they turn out. If I can get a good enough quality sound with that I'm happy with, then I'll stick with that. If not, I'll sort of look around at some studios. And a few people have recommended a few places, so I will try, but money is tight, so while I want to do a good job of recording and get the best sound I can, at the same time it's got to be as economical as possible as well, unfortunately. So I haven't got a record deal or anything like that. So
would you like one?
Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it? It'd be great to do what you love doing and make a living out of that. It's hard work, isn't it? It always looks quite romantic.
Yes.
You know, you just go and play your guitar, which is great, but you think you're travelling around, you're probably in a different city every night. It's a lot of work, and there's publicity stuff, and the actual bit you love doing, playing the guitar, you're probably doing that a couple of hours a night. And the rest of the day is spent travelling, doing all the other stuff, which you can imagine could become a bit of a drag.
Yes.
But it would be a great way to make a living as well, I'm sure. I'm sure it doesn't... People say it's hard work, but I'm sure it probably is nicer than what I have been doing for a job, certainly.
What do you do for it?
At the moment I'm a TA and a primary school classroom assistant, but I have been a teacher with special needs children, which...
Oh right, that's rewarding.
It was rewarding, but it's been quite intense as well. Quite a hard year with it, so I've taken voluntary redundancy from doing that. Now I've got it's a much lower paid job, it's a much less stressful job, and it's a much more enjoyable job. I come home from the end of finish work at 3:15. I'm home by 3:30.
Wow!
I've got energy. I've got a smile on my face. Life is good. Whereas previously, it was rewarding working with the children. But I get home from work at 6 o'clock. I'd be dead. I'd be good for nothing really. So,
Do you think your guitar playing's improved since then you swapped jobs?
Yeah, probably actually. Yeah. I don't know if it's just. I mean, because I've had the summer holiday, I've still been practicing a lot. Music festival as well. I don't know if it is necessarily linked to changing the job, but I would say it probably is better now than it has been for a while. And I think when you are stressed or you're tired, I don't play as well. No matter how much I've practiced, if I'm tired, my fingers don't quite work quite as well. And I remember a couple of years ago I had a gig at the Old Rack at Christmas time, and it was, I think, the first weekend of the Christmas holidays, so I'd have the intense build-up, end-of-term stuff, all that with school. It was a freezing cold day, frosty, and I got there, and I played okay, but I didn't feel like I'd done myself justice. I knew I could have done a lot better, so I was a little bit disappointed with it. But then I'm probably my own worst critic as well, really. I judge myself quite harshly sometimes.
Well, it's good in a way.
I think it is, because it means you're always striving to be better, and you want to do the best you can. And I guess I've got high expectations of myself, so as long as I can live with not quite making it, but still want to get to that level. But I think, like I was saying before, like Tommy Emmanuel, like one of my heroes, I kind of think, well, if I don't play as well as him, I'm not quite good enough. But actually, you think, well, he's best in the world. Maybe that's unrealistic to have an expectation there, but if you don't aim to be good, you're not going to be good, are you?
True.
There's the old saying, isn't it? If you... I've forgotten. There's some saying, isn't there? About
there is, no.
Yeah, I forgot what it is, so that makes me feel great, doesn't it? But like, you aim...
You aim for the...
Yeah, you know what I mean. If you aim high, you're going to get there. If you aim low, you'll get... You might miss it, but you'll get... Oh, I'll start again. You aim high, you might miss it, but you'll still be up there. You aim low, you might hit it, but you're not done very well. So you're better aiming high and missing it by a bit.
I'll go along with that.
I think so.
Okay, time for another.
Right, so this is Day Tripper by the Beatles.
Right.
But it's Tommy Emmanuel, the guy I was talking about earlier, Australian guy. His arrangement. And he, to be honest, he bangs in a couple of other songs with it as well. It's taken me a year and a half to get this one up and running, so... And this is the one I was saying about being nervous and screwing up. The first time I played this live, I screwed up, so that should be fine tonight.
Perfect.
We will see.